Hi all, Hipper here. I'm taking a look at the new Tier 7 Russian destroyer Udaloy today. And I didn't expect much from this ship in the beginning, but when the update dropped and I actually got a chance to look at the stats and look at the ship itself, I got pretty excited. Well, it has pretty much the same upgrades as Tashkent does, and I kind of think that perhaps going with an AA build on this thing here would be interesting, because the AA stats are really high, like 44 I think they are stuck, and that's before any upgrades or anything like that, so that could be interesting. As you can see here, it's missing the range mod, just like Tashkent does as well, which is a bit of a problem, I think. It would give you another 5% range, but it doesn't have it, and that's why I'm thinking perhaps speccing into AA is better. Another thing I failed to notice in my first look at the ship was that instead of 3x3 torpedoes, Udaloi actually gets 3x5, which is actually surprisingly good. I'm not sure you can fire all three on the same side, just like Tashkent can. I believe that this is more like Le Fantasque, but I guess we'll see when the ship launches. And as you can see, less hit points than Tashkent, better AA by far, and the rudder shift is 0.1 second lower than Tashkent. So you'll still be able to make a really agile destroyer here. And of course, loadout, don't know yet. I'm hoping it'll have the same as Kiev, which means a heal and smoke. So less hit points than Tashkent, and also less range on the guns and a longer reload. So yeah, it requires a little bit of a different setup, I think. And here again, the torpedoes, you have 5 of them per bank instead of 3. I think that's going to be really awesome actually, because Tashkent already has really good torpedoes. For a Russian destroyer, that is. Look here, AA 44 versus 25 on Tashkent. So I think this would be a good thing to spec into. I guess we'll find out, but so far looks good. And of course the speed is much slower, but the turning circle radius is much better on Udaloi, like a lot. So looking at concealment, I don't really care about that, because I'm gonna run both of these destroyers with no concealment build on them at all. Because that's the way they work best, really, as tiny itty bitty cruisers without a citadel, as you can see here, and a pretty standard armor for a destroyer here, lots of blues and greens, so nothing out of the ordinary. And nimble aim, that's right, stuck, the 180 degree turn is 9 seconds, that's crazy. Tashkent is 19 seconds, so I think this will be a really fun ship. So the Russians have a lot of options for commanders on their destroyers. So a rumble build would definitely be like viable. Same with Gurin for like a pure like gunboaty build here, and also a bit of concealment. And troops, if you want to go for an HE build, I don't know how good that'll be with the slow reload, but we'll see. And Splendento, yeah, I'm not sure. As you can see, I haven't really put any points into this guy because I'm not sure I like him, honestly. And of course you can go with my favorite, which is Makarov, and that's definitely the guy I'm going to put on my Udaloy for sure. So Little White Mouse hasn't done a review on this ship because it's not a premium ship, so I just had a quick look at Wargaming's own write-up here, and I mean it sounds a lot like a Tashkent, a little bit slower though, but primarily a gunboat and primarily a harassment ship. So that's why I think Makarov will be a perfect commander for this ship here. And at least on PC it has the repair party. It doesn't mention anything about smoke, but I'm assuming we'll have it. If Kiev has it, then I don't see why Udaloi wouldn't. So since Little White Mouse hasn't done a review of the ship, I'm going to go to my second favorite, which is Rak, in Rak's armory here. And I know this review is very old, it's from 2016, and the ship has been buffed and probably also nerfed over the last 5 years. But like the core of the review pretty much lines up with what Wargaming says, and I think that it's quite sound. To me, it reads a lot like Tashkent, actually, like relying on guns, mobility, and like making the most of the enemy mistakes, and always spotted just like Tashkent, at least with my build. And AP, very nice apparently, so I'm looking forward to try that out. I think the AP has been a little bit disappointing on Tashkent, to be honest. So Rak also mentions that this is more of a mini cruiser than a destroyer, and I tend to hold his opinion in high regard, because his builds tend to align with mine very, very closely. So that's why I think this will be an even more fun Tashkent. So far it looks like it. It'll be slower, yes, but it'll be much more maneuverable. And well, if you know this channel, then you know I appreciate that. And I still have a few community contributor camouflages lying around, and I think this will be the first ship I'm going to make a permanent camo, a permanent CC camo on since I left the program, because of course I have a limited supply of the camos now, and I only put them on ships that are really deserving of it. And I think this ship will be, of course I need to check it out when it comes out next month, but so far it looks fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there.